Welcome to our e-newsletter for April of 2017. Each and every month we're going to be sending out a newsletter on the first Monday of every month. So be looking for that e-newsletter because there's going to be some important events we want you to hear about and be a part of. If you have an event that you want us to push a little bit on this newsletter, send that information to us. Like Eldridge Sawyer is hosting a conference called Entrusted with David Shibley, Joe Martin, and Scott Hinkle, and talking about getting the gospel out to your community. And that will be in the month of May, but just go and click on the link to get more information about that particular conference coming up in the month of May. Then Johnny Moffitt, Worldwide Voice in the Wilderness, a ministry to the prisons all around our nation, around the world, is hosting their annual golf tournament, April the 17th. Click on the link, get more information. You golfers, come on out. Let's have a good time together. Let's have fun. If you have a ministry or a mission you want us to push and you want us to know about, we want to know what God's doing through you. So just let us know where you're going, what you've done, and where you've been in our world. I know many of you go on mission trips all the time, and we want to hear about the reports coming out of those mission trips, just like the reports you're going to see in this newsletter about Mardi Gras. Scott Camp and Scott Hinkle both took teams to Mardi Gras. I want you to hear about the good news that comes from Mardi Gras 2017. So read that. We're going to, in this newsletter, be recommending a book to you each and every month. And matter of fact, this month's book is called Team of Teams. Not a Christian book, but it's written by General Stanley McChrystal. He was in charge of fighting the battle in Iraq against Al-Qaeda. And he was teaching about how they had to come up with a new system in fighting the way they used to fight because just the complexity of the war that was going on at that time. And I encourage you, get this book. Oh, it's a great book. Matter of fact, I want to read something to you because he begins to talk in this book. One of the sections is about the Navy SEALs and their training. And the headline of this particular paragraph says, "Get a swim buddy." The purpose of BUDS, or Basic Underwater Demolition SEALs Training, is not to produce super soldiers. It is to build super teams. The first step of this is constructing a strong lattice of trusting relationships. You know, that's exactly what we're trying to do here at the network. We're trying to build a relationship of trusting relationships so we can build relationships to fulfill the Great Commission. Let me read again. Another page in this particular chapter. The trainees who make it through BUDS believe in the cause that matters. Team members placing their lives at risk want to serve alongside committed patriots, not bodybuilders who signed it because they saw an opportunity for personal growth. As Ruiz puts it, the believer will put his life on the line for you, for the mission. The other guys won't. Purpose affirms trust. Trust affirms purpose. And together they forge individuals into a working team. Oh, I like that. Purpose affirms trust. Trust affirms purpose. And that's what we're really trying to do right here at the network. We have a purpose to fulfill. We need to trust each other so we can fulfill this purpose together. And so we're going to be recommending books for you to read. I encourage you, click on the link that you see there about this book, and you can read a summary of each of the chapters. And I trust it will encourage you to read the rest of the book. And so I introduce you to our new studio. This is the place we're going to do a lot of recordings right here. We're going to do interviews. Some of you, I'm going to encourage you come and let's do an interview right here in this room. We'll do some podcasting from here. If you've got something that's important that you want to say to the network, or you've got something you feel like it's important for ministers to hear, please let us know. You can send us the podcast. We'll put it on the air. And we want you to be a part of this because your voice will make a difference. Susan, my wife, is having a Inspire network that is included in our network of ministers. It's for our women in ministry, and she's going to be doing podcasts and putting out articles for all our ladies to read. And your voice, ladies, are important to what God is doing here too. And so you have a story, and we want to hear your story. All of you have a story. We want to hear that story because your story of victories and struggles are going to help others in their walk in the ministry. So I thank you for being a part of what we're going to be doing now all this year as we send out these e-newsletters. We need you to be a part of this because you have a voice in what God is saying to all of us in our network. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon. I want to come and just be in your church. I want to come and travel. God has put a word in my heart for you, and God's given me a word for some men. If you have a meeting for men, I want to just come and speak to your men. But if not, I'm just going to come and just show up and visit you and see what God is doing in your church or in your ministry. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon.